What's up, y'all? So we all over the place. I, I want to talk to y'all about what's been going on. This is the dark side of content creators on social media. I don't know why, but for like the last 3 or 4 days, right, I've been seeing videos, and they have been talking about like content creators. It's 12:13, so we 2 hours away from spiritual hours. But I'm geeked up. They've been talking about content creators, right? And how these content creators are not what you think they are, and how people that's working a regular 9 to 5 are more ahead than these flamboyant content creators that you are worshiping. I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it, but then with all these celebrities taken down, you better get taken down. You better believe something. So I took some notes, so I didn't want to get lost on this about these content creators that you are inspiring to be like. They in a worse position than you. So I took some notes. I should have brought a pen so I can mark this shit out as I go. Give me a second. Let me find me a pen, y'all, about worshiping these damn peoples. About worshiping these peoples. You more here than they is working a regular 9 to 5 and you don't even know it. Give me a second. Let me find me a pen. I found one. Okay, here we go. So, um, people that's doing content creation, right, and working a regular 9 to 5 that's punching in on a clock are ahead of these content creators that's acting like or want you to idolize or worship them or trying to basically get to your bank accounts. I'm gonna mark these out as I go. So I don't know why, y'all, but I don't even know why this came to me. But for like the last 2 or 3 days, it was showing me on different social media outlets, like on YouTube. It was showing me big YouTubers that was getting exposed. It was talking about people on big YouTubers that you follow that look like Hollywood ain't doing what you think they doing. They getting exposed. It was showing me people on TikTok who you follow and you aspire to be like. They ain't doing what you think they doing. Okay. I took some notes. I didn't want to get lost. I got this. Did you scan it? My spiritual people gonna scan this, and I got that. Okay. So, it was saying don't follow them. Same thing Father says all the time. Don't follow these people. They got something going. It's a scam. It's all a scam. So like you follow these people, right, wanting to be like them, trying your best to be like them or whatever, but these people are not who you think they are. So I saw one video, right? This is the dark side of social media content. I saw one video, right? Whoever you watching it or whoever you admire, right, or whoever's giving you aspiration, they are using people, cars, and houses and taking pictures on other people, cars, and houses. I didn't want to believe it. People that got money and that earned something or created general wealth or their family left something behind to them and they were able to buy a nice BMW, they were able to buy a nice Benz, they were able to buy a nice Lamborghini, they were able to buy a mansion, they were able to buy a house. They said when they wake up, people all on their damn cars, people all on their house snapping pictures. They don't know what the hell is going on. People just coming out of nowhere taking pictures, got they all on the hoods of their cars laying down, got their boots up in the air, got their fur coats on they shit. They don't know what's going on. Then there was this popular YouTuber, I don't know what her name was. She was a white girl. And she started out, she was into makeup. She was doing all this glittery stuff, and she was blue glitter, pink glitter. She took off on YouTube. She was raking in about $50,000 a month. She bought a mansion. She started renovating her home. I don't know if people didn't want to see that and they got jealous of her and they started unfollowing her, or I don't know if the trend changes. I don't know what happened and she wasn't popping anymore. I don't know what happened. But the $50,000 stopped coming in a month and they showed the receipts. And matter of fact, she was on there. When she started doing renovations to her home, her following lost. When she stopped getting away from the makeup and the glitz and glam, her followings dropped. She was renovating her home and showing them what she was doing. And she was a big-time YouTuber. The money stopped coming in. I don't know if she was for a reason or... I think she was for a season. That's what I think she was for a season. They show her renovating her home, but then later on, she lost her home. She was trying to impress people. And they show an interview with her on there. And she was telling y'all, too, put y'all money up. She wasn't paying the IRS. She thought she was going to get more. She thought she was going to get more. She hadn't paid nobody. She was on there fronting. She was on there looking good. There was another guy that was on there that people was following and wanting to be like. He rocked all these fur coats and all these badass glamorous shades. He had a court date. I don't know. Don't get me twisted. I think it was about child support or something like that, or him not paying his IRS taxes. He had a fur on his back. He had his badass shades. He went to the barber. He had a haircut. He had these damn snake skin rattle boot shoes going and belts going. He had rented a Rolls Royce for $400 a day and pulled up to court like that. Why are you pulling up to court like that? You ain't got no money. This makes people think, okay, this makes the judge and the attorneys and the lawyers think, well, if you got furs on your back and you got shades on, you don't need us. He pulled up, y'all, in a Rolls Royce that he had rented for $400 a day. But these are the people that you are following, that you inspiring to be like. See, a picture is a snap, it's a glimpse, it's a given moment. That's what a picture is. That man in court fighting now for his life. Okay. Y'all see these people taking these plane trips, right? These private jets. There was people saying they don't even know why people on here trying to act like private jets are flex when they polluting the air with smog everywhere and smoke everywhere and gas everywhere. They're talking about that they found out in California, some parts of California, that you can rent a jet, or you don't even have to rent a jet. It goes that deep. You don't even have to rent a jet. There are jets that are set up for YouTubers and social media people where you can go into the jet, you can take pictures, you can sip wine, You can act like the jet pulling off, but the jet ain't even going nowhere. You can fool your influencers how you want to. Let me look up. Then they also said, right, if you don't want to go onto the real jet, somewhere in California, there's a warehouse that has props set up like a jet, where you can go in there, the content creators can pay, and they got the jet with the arm and the windows, and it's a warehouse where people really think you in a jet, but you not. And you sending money because you aspiring to be like them. The jet ain't took off yet. The jet ain't moved. Just tell you what I found on about these people that everybody following. They had my ass finna get involved. A lot of these people are filing bankruptcy. They show receipts. You can't help nothing but to believe them. These people show receipts. They show the court dates. They show the document. They show everything about these people. They're scamming y'all out of y'all money so they can pay the judge, so they can pay the attorney, so they can pay the courts. They talked about these social media people that you follow, right? They're taking these fancy vacations. Oh, they looking good. They said that it all came from social media content. That's a lie. In these higher areas, they're showing where hotels are building and coming up, right, and they need people to show so they can get people to come in. These hotel people are paying for the trip, they're paying for the meal, they're paying for the beach, they're paying. All you see has been sponsored by the hotel, but your content creator that you worship and follow make you think they doing it. But the people in the background at the hotel, they the ones doing it because they need some people to come to them. Okay? The hotel sponsoring this. Then they talked about when you go on these vacations, right? How these content creators was making it look like they taking all these different trips. They said that ain't what's going on. They said when they get there, when the content creators get there, they take pictures, multiple pictures on different settings. Like for instance, they might take a picture on the beach. They might take like 20 or 30 pictures on the beach. Then they move and then they might take 20 or 30 pictures on the shore. Then they may take 20 or 30 pictures at the grill table at Benihana's when it's dinner time. Then they may take 30 or 40 pictures of the room. Then they might take 50 or 60 pictures of the highlights. But what they said they doing is they make y'all think they taking multiple trips, like they in Nassau, like they in Puerto Rico, they in Venezuela. They said they don't do that. They hold all these pictures that they took, and then later on they start posting them to make you think they're taking multiple trips, but it was the same trip that one hotel had paid for. I took me some notes. They want you to think they somewhere else, but they ain't. They in the same spot. Then it talked about all of these brand deals, right? How these brand deals are targeting these content creators, right? And paying them $50,000 or paying them $60,000, right? To promote these false advertisements that aren't true. You know how you get up in the middle of the night or whatever, and you might still be on your phone, or you might log in and you see people talking about they made these young guys talking about they made $50,000 and they made $60,000 and they got Lamborghinis and they got this and that. They said that ain't what's going on. That ain't what's going on at all. They said these brand dealers will reach out and target people that they know got, 300,000 subscribers or this and that. And they'll tell them to come in with a lie and say they made this money this way or they made that money that way. They got 3 million subscribers, but they're going to pay them $40,000 or $50,000 to lie to you to say this is how they got the money. And they got all these Lamborghini doors going up and shutting down. They said it's all false. It's all a lie. I wouldn't have believed it if they didn't have all of these receipts. They were showing these people have been getting exposed. Content creation, what I'm finding out, is for fun. It's a hobby. And then, like, how do these people got all this money to pay the world off? They said behind the scenes, the people that own YouTube, the people that own Instagram, the people that own TikTok, they scratching their head because they trying to go to the biggest day lord and try to figure out how they finna pay all of these people for this content, and they trying to come up with something. They said what ruined them is when the pandemic hit, when COVID hit. Everybody started jumping on social media. So now, the more people that jumped on social media was the more people that they had to pay out. Then there was this family, y'all. It was I don't know if they was an Arabic family. I don't know if they was an Indian family. I don't know who they were. But it was a husband and wife. They had about 3 or 4 kids. They was making all this money. They was driving these Lambos, and they was driving all these Ferraris. They was driving all this stuff. Their kids was in the back seats eating all this expensive ice cream, eating this and that. Well, they said they had bought 2 mansions. Everything was going good, but they still was behind because they wasn't paying the IRS. They still was behind. They said that people got tired of watching their lavish lifestyle, how they was fronting. So people started logging off. People wanted to find people that was more like them. And the straw that broke the camel's back, they said the husband went out of town. And he was a cigar smoker, and he was this and that. Well, he slept with a couple of people, and somebody DM'd and said, hey, my closest friend, we went out to a party, and your husband slept with X, Y, and Z, and so the wife filed for a divorce when they presented the receipts and the proof, or whatever. And they lost their 2 mansions. They had 2 mansions on the side of each other. But they was already in trouble with the IRS. But the wife filed for a divorce when she found out the husband had been cheating, had been unfaithful or whatever. I'm just telling y'all what they say. These people that y'all following really ain't worth following. They said a 9 to 5, you clocking in on the time clock is more better. People were saying they could not understand how the fake tabloids were saying these people was broken, they was losing their houses, and they was in court. They couldn't understand this, how they filed bankruptcy, but they was on YouTube looking good. And then the people, the influencers, on the content creators would get together and say, no, I don't know what lie. They telling y'all a lie. We ain't going nowhere. Our mansions are still here. But about 5 months later, 6 months later, the mansions was gone. They couldn't keep it up no more. They was talking about all of this stuff, honey. I'm glad I found this out because these folks had me running in behind them. They said most of these people, I don't know why, but the social media outlets are starting to expose people that's been making all this money. Letting y'all see that they ain't who y'all thought they were. And plus, they probably tired of paying all this type of money out anyway. They ready to give it to something new and fresh and meaty then came along. You know, people will use you till you ain't good no more. The internet will use you until you ain't good no more. Once you dry up, people don't remember what all you put in. People don't remember what you gave. People don't remember the sweat and blood and tears. People is trying to keep up and follow the crowd and trying to do what they need to do to keep some more money. And that's what people is trying to do. So I just wanted to make y'all aware because, like I said, I have been seeing this for the last 2 or 3 days. What they keep on exposing all these content creators that's making all this big money. And these content creators have been holding them down for a long time, been having their secret covered up. But now since the trend is changing, or now they tired of paying out so much money, and they figure that it's better to get rid of you because we pay you all this money and capital, why don't we cut you out the deal? Bring in some new people that don't know what's going on. Take half of your money, put it back in our bank account, take the other half and put it into multiple people. It's going to be a come up for them because they don't even know what you was making. I wish I had a witness. Well, anyway, people, I'm going to get off of here. But that's what they talked about. Your favorite social media influencers are being exposed. After they didn't use them up. After they reached out to them now. Everybody want to fool everybody. But ain't nothing moving. Ain't nothing really going on. So, I say that to say this. Don't quit your day job.